Hello guys and welcome once again to Zul Gurub. We are doing the High Priest Venoxis fight in Mythic difficulty. Here in Project Ascension Warcraft Reborn. Right now my current spec is the Arms Warrior spec, and I think I'm using the heavyweight build more focused on single target in this particular fight. In this boss there are a few abilities that really need to be kicked on the boss or interrupted, counterspelled, anything, but you don't let the boss cast these spells. One of them is called Holy Rat, and this ability will do a huge amount of damage on a single target with the potential to one-shot players. In this case I miss having a Fury Warrior build because as a Fury Warrior you play in Berserker stance, and in that stance you can pummel. As an Arms Warrior I'm mostly in battle stance and I do not have access to pummel, but I can try to use Shield Bash. However, I do need a swap weapon macro on my Shield Bash, which I have, but this requires me to spam at least 2 or 3 clicks in order to get the Shield Bash out. For some reason, when we try to swap weapons with macros as an Arms Warrior from a two-handed weapon to a one-handed weapon and a shield, it takes you a few clicks because it first only changes your main hand weapon and you are for 1 second just equipping a one-handed sword replacing your two-handed sword, and then on the second click is when you finally equip the shield, and maybe then you get the Shield Bash out. Otherwise you still need a third click. Now you have the shield equipped and now the Shield Bash comes out. Rogues have kick, hunters have silencing shot, mages have counterspell, paladins and shamans also can interrupt, so hopefully this will not be a very difficult fight. So many classes have so many interrupt abilities. Holy Fire ability is not the worst ability from the boss, it's an AoE damaging one, but the Holy Rat is the most dangerous one. After that you also want to kick Renew, because Renew is the boss healing itself and you really don't want that. I think we only had 2 or 3 attempts on this fight and it was our first time trying this fight in Mythic, but by the 3rd attempt this fight felt like we had this boss on farm. You can see behind the boss right now on the left side there are 3 serpent bodies and a poison cloud there. Dispel and cleansing can be important tools here, obviously because of the poisons. So right now this fight will take a little bit longer because it's more of the same. I decided to just speed up the footage here. There is not much going on, we're just damaging the boss, dealing with his usual abilities from the first phase of the fight, and then when we reach a certain threshold on this boss health, we will activate the second phase of this boss, which will be below 50% of his health. And now for the second phase of the fight, the boss will turn itself into a snake, and you can even see the picture change next to the health bar. In this second phase come new abilities like the Toxic Bombardment, which is an AoE Venomous Cloud. This red effect is from the Venomous Pit, which is its cleave ability. Also spawns parasitic serpents, which are these small heads here that will leave poison clouds on the ground. And here you see Corpse Explosion, which is the boss exploding the corpses of the serpents that we just killed. And it also leaves a big green flashy poison on the ground that we all need to avoid. Because these poisons are a little bit stronger in Mythic and we do have a few more sources of damage, now you need to be sure that you have good healers and good tanks. Everyone needs to be a little bit more aware about the positions. And this fight becomes a little bit more enjoyable and interesting with the mechanics instead of just face rolling it like in normal difficulty. Here I'm mainly sharing my POV and perspective as a melee DPS Arms Warrior, of course. There might be more stuff going on with the healers and the tanks, but these are the things I was able to learn by doing this fight and experiencing this encounter for the first time without any previous knowledge. I came here to check how this fight would feel in Mythic difficulty without any big expectations, just see the encounter, learn the encounter, try to figure out anything by myself, because that's very fun for me. And of course it was very nice to be able to just kill this boss. And it felt like this fight could be done on farm in Mythic difficulty. Maybe it was because of the flexible raid scaling and we didn't have a full 25-man group, and having just a little over 15 people can make the fight a little bit easier, like the boss will have less health and do less damage. I hope everyone has been having a lot of fun here in Project Ascension Bronzebeard or Malfurion servers in Warcraft Reborn. Leave your comments in the video down below or like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.